We're on.
Hi everybody, I'm Randy Shannon, president of Niftee50ees Classic Cruisers, and we're gathered here on Father's Day at the 59 Diner in Willowbrook, which is located at 249, FM 249 and FM 1960. And for the Father's Day celebration, we thought we'd bring out some of the classic cars that attend the Niftee50ees Classic Drive-In each and every Saturday night. But for a special treat today, we decided to come here and enjoy breakfast and bring some of the classic cars out. Right behind me is a 1972 Ford Grand Torino. It belongs to Jerry and Sue Lester. This is pretty much original. Has the Riley wheels, very fine automobile. And with the Niftee50ees, we always include cars up to 1979, basically and under. So we'll see a variety of cars out here today. But this car has been one of the original owners and is one of the unique cars in 72 Torino. Has a 351 Ram here, engine inside, and the owners have had it for some while now. Five years ago, we started our car shows here at the 59 Diner, so today's celebration is somewhat of a reunion, as you might want to call it. And our last attendance here some 5 years ago was 328 cars. So it's been a while and a lapse of time since we've had an event here. And being on Father's Day weekend, you may or may not have a whole lot of cars, but we have some very unique ones here, so we're glad to display. One of the 79 Mercedes-Benz that showed up.
And this is the videographer's 67 GTO that he's had for 16
Paul
years.
Wilson, that would be you, Paul.
That would be me.
This is a very fine GTO, and you know more about this car than I do.
Well, we had one brand new. I met my wife the next day, and she bought me this one for our 25th wedding anniversary.
How about that?
Is she cool or what?
Absolutely.
Now I'm trying to get a 56 Mac fire engine on eBay. I don't know that she'd like it so much, but yeah, she's a good heart.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Here we have a 1966 Ford Galaxy. It has a 427 with 2 4-barrels on it, and it's always one of our regular attendees at our events. And this car happens to be for sale, so
listen, Randy, every car in this parking lot's for sale.
It's always about the right price, I think.
Now, it may not have a sign on it.
Right, there are some out here that money is, no, you can't talk money. It's a keeper car. So here we have a 1940 Ford Standard Coupe. This belongs to Robert Raychak. We call him Hillbilly. He's got a white beard. He's one of my assistants out there. It's got a Chevy engine in it, so we call it a Ford-a-lay. So here is a 1959 Ford Galaxy Fairlane. It is basically all original and kept in stock possession. This belongs to Jimmy Garcia. Jimmy's had this car for quite some time. As you might know Jimmy, he always loved to park his car, being a 59 Ford, right under the 59 Diner sign. So he got here way early this morning so he could have this spot. Here we have a Cougar. I think this is a 68 or 9, I don't recall, maybe a 70. But it's been finely detailed. Lots of chrome and glitter. Some of these cars are known as drivers, some are special show cars. So we have a wide variety of vehicles on display. Next to that is the Trans Am. It belongs to his wife, and they travel in pairs as always. Fully decked out, a lot of chrome on the engine, big 455 motor. Our next car is a 1934 5-window coupe. And the owner's very proud that the top's not chopped on it. No hacksaws on this one. Very fine, unique, modern street rod. Here is a 1932 Ford 3-window coupe that's still in the process of being worked on. In the process, as they call it. So you'll find these cars in all different variety of stages. Here, I believe it's a 52 Chevrolet. It's a 51 or 52. The owner comes out for a show quite frequently. Here's a 1950-51 Oldsmobile. Now this one has been airbagged, is fully custom hot rod, and this belongs to Johnny Jones. Johnny has a business here in the Houston. Thank you, you're gone. Thank you, sir. Here we have a 1975 Pontiac Trans Am, 455. Very unique car, and here we get into our old bubble fender Chevrolet pickup trucks. This guy has opted to put on the updated wheels, as he called it, Chip Cruise look. Here we have a 1969 Camaro with the 396, and one of the more popular cars among the street rodders. Here's a 1954. And it's put back somewhat of a mild 1950s look with a little bit of additives to the engine compartment. Like the white wall tires, the moon reversed chrome wheels, and things like that. Gives you a feel for the 50s. Here we have a 1956 Chevrolet. It's called a E-Gas Dragster. This car was intentionally kept the way it is, just to give it that feel of the 50s. So you can see this car on any given drag strip back in the 50s and 60s, and poor boy's drag strip. You'll see the telephone root up and supply on the back fender. You see the headers. Nothing fancy about this car, but it was made to run. And the drag strips. This belongs to Tommy Jackson. Tommy, would you like to talk to us a little bit about your 56 year?
Well,
Tell us the...
We didn't mean to take you by surprise, but we're taking you by surprise.
Yeah, tell us the history and...
well, it doesn't really have any history. It's a replica, basically, of a 60s old gasser that I built about 5 years ago, and I used all pretty much period correct parts so that it would be, you know, more period correct. And it runs in the high 11s. And so it's not real fast, but that's about what they ran back then. And
if I could get my GTO into the high 11s, I'd be doing a happy dance.
Right. So anyway, it does fine, but I use it. I drive it all the time. I've driven this car 4 times out to LA.
Goodness gracious.
And so it's a good fun car. I've had more fun in this car than any car I ever had. And so,
well, you'll pay particular notice also the moon-equipped eyeballs on the fuel tap here. So that was very symbolic of the 50s.
but it's just
It's a
Good solid runner.
it's never been, I got it out of the woods and I didn't want to paint it and just left it alone to make it look like it was an old race car. Most people think it is an old race car. But
very symbolic of the time period, that's for sure.
Thanks for chatting with us.
sure.
Thanks, Tommy.
You'll be on YouTube.
Oh well, I don't have a computer, so I'll
Most of these guys that are their gear